All right. Yeah. I'm just starting off with uh something that I was already messing with. And hopefully my audio is working. Audio seems to be working just fine. Just fine. Yeah, I should put it closer just. God, darn it. Oh. Or doesn't want to reach any further, so I guess that's gonna have to. Let's tangle up. That's nice. There it is. All right, perfect. Now, maybe it's a little better. It'll be, I don't know. Oh, no wonder this thing's drawing. I drew a bunch of white spots. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. So I'm going to draw with that. Yeah. Take me a minute to get going. Haven't drawn yet tonight. I think as you, yeah, that seems good. Yeah, I don't know what pencil I was using either for this. Something cool. I was using that. Huh. Wasn't that? Shoot, what the heck was I drawing with? Wasn't that one either. Oh, I remember. I got this pencil from some animation thing. Where was that thing? On the pen? Oh, yeah. There it is. That's what it was. Right there. I like that pen. It's kind of cool. I have no idea. See if I can get the color a little closer. Uh, more yellow. A little more yellow. There it is. I think it's pretty close. All right. Well, maybe I should explain. So, I'm trying to get back into some 2D animation stuff. And let's get rid of that. It's not good. Trying to get back into some 2D animation stuff. And I found there's this like new skateboarder dude who's pretty crazy good. And I was trying to mess with this little clip. But before I do that, I have two different characters I'm messing with. Got spacebar. I've got a character I have in 3D. So I have this character. Let me see. I open up Blender. See if I can. Oh, man, what was I using? Ah, there we go. Pull this in just for reference. All right, for reference here. So I've got this thing that I'm going to be animating for a game for myself, like a home project. And hopefully once I get this thing rigged and moving around, I'll be able to start posting the animations of this as well. So I'll be posting like 3D animation stuff. Anyway, so I want to do some 2D animation just to kind of get a feel of how I want her to move around, and then yeah, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with that. We don't need to say that because I'm not gonna mess with that tonight. So I was just trying to get something. I probably should have left that up. No, it's not too bad. Trying to get something I can just animate with for now in 2D. So that's where I'm at with this at the moment. So let's see. No, it's not drawing as dark. Oh yeah, that's okay. It gets there. So yeah, I've got this skater dude. Um, I like that little clip. It's pretty rad. So I'm basically trying to make a character design off of him as well. This guy's name is Jin Woo. I have no idea what his last name is, but he's pretty darned amazing as far as so I probably need to organize this page. I was just trying to have these are my warm-ups are over here. I haven't been drawing tonight at all. I just reopened this because I had started doing something completely different. And um yeah, I moved away from this for a couple weeks for something else, and now I'm coming back to it. So um maybe just for now I will draw and warm up for fun and just try to get used to drawing for a second before I just draw random crap just to get going. Yeah. So the less I talk, the more I start thinking. So I don't know. Hopefully, like this is some kind of site or stream where people can put on their own music or something. And yeah, I don't know. Just have the drawing on in the background or something. But um, live stream wise, I mean that's the best I probably got honestly until I get better at talking. Um, Sometimes I like to bring up some kind of like head reference. So I like going to Pinterest. Should I go there? Let's try this. Pinterest.com. Let's check out. There's a head reference thing I like. Let's see if I can find that right quick. Let's see. There's these. Oops. Heads. Oops. Crap. Let's just go through them and find them. Find them the hard way. GH. Hairstyles. That's cool too. Hairstyles, hand photos, and head reference. There we go. So I've got, let's bring up a new tab here, a new tab. Tab indeed. And do this one. I like that one. Or draw some hands maybe too. And then, got this one for hair. And that's good. All right. So let's check these out. Let's see, where should I put these things? That'll work. I drew a really giant forehead on there, didn't I? Bring it back down. And I kind of like that. It's kind of cool shape. Seems like some of the layers come off and do that. Maybe there. there, spiraling around a little bit, and then the other side. And doesn't need to go out that far, maybe. I like how it's layering there. It's cool. This is stuff that I like using reference for, as far as like, oh man, it came right off the eyebrow line, didn't it? Just seeing how real hair is acting and how it's overlapping. It's kind of cool. So draw some long neck more. Lately, I've been trying to draw that little connection to the neck just so it's not missing. It's probably a little long, but whatever. Let's fix that. Well, that could be off that. Anyway, that's something like that. That, and try to get some kind of hint of that. And yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's the hard part about like going back and forth between 2D and 3D is I'll be studying something and I'll come back and I'm like, oh crap, what was I looking at into? I had a friend a long time ago that told me about, when you're drawing, if you overhand an arch that way or underhand it that way, the other way is always different. So it's really hard drawing. Like it's also the same side, same for that way, and you're always going to have some kind of arch. Hard to draw a straight line unless you're like intentionally doing it. But even with a straight line, it's kind of hard to always keep it going straight. But I need to get better at drawing straight on heads, I guess. Sometimes I draw the circle for the whole ball of the nose. Sometimes I just draw it for like where I want the tip of the nose to be. Because no, maybe I want the bottom of the nose to be here and then have the nostrils be up there. And then that sort of thing. Make sure they don't look cross-eyed. Darken that a bit. Maybe give a little bit of that. Sometimes I draw those kind of lines. Sometimes I don't. If you don't know really good with them, do something like that. Subtle. And then let's see, what kind of hair do we got? Let's go for the next one. These like 80s mullets. Kind of funny. I think that might look good, but I got this other thing that I've been dealing with lately that I'm like trying to like figure out a good way to draw the full scope of the head in there. Sometimes I draw them, start the head, and I like putting the high point in. And then sometimes I'll taper it all the way down. and do that. I'm trying to put my ears a little lower too. Anyway, sometimes I'll do that, do the whole thing. But sometimes when I'm just drawing quick, it doesn't quite show up. So, like this one, the head felt tiny. When I do that, it feels kind of right, more right. Especially when you round it off like that. Anywho, draw along that kind of neck. And then let's give her, I like that hair. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe this hair doesn't work on her. Maybe it does. Give it my own thing too. I don't know if I like this with the sharp angles on the face. Maybe I'll try to do something. I just squared the jaw off a little too much. Make that be in there. Made her look a little too angry, probably, perhaps, too, but. Fill that shape in. Why sometimes I end up taking things too far. This is not a good looking face. I don't like it at all. And I don't know why. Don't like the nose. Try the eyes again. See, now the hair looks kind of cool. Get rid of her. Get rid of her face altogether. Let's see if I can give her some better eyes. Try a different way of drawing them, maybe. I don't know. Might just be one of those nights where they don't work out. Might just be one of those drawings where they don't work out. And that's okay. And also gave her eyebrows like way too thick. Sometimes it's okay. Oh, I just don't want her to look that angry right now. Try a different shape for that. See if that works better. That's kind of better. And then maybe not draw so much to the nose. Tone that down a little bit. I've end up redrawing the whole thing. Not bad. That's not as bad. Let's get the chin a little bit more. There we go. Ah. So sometimes I like to keep going with the drawing just to see if I can correct it and find what is wrong with it. And yeah, see if I can get it to look a little bit better. It's all just taste based, I guess. I don't even know why. Sometimes it feels better than others. But yeah, sometimes it does. That one turned out a little better now that I have done that. And let's go back up to this thing, see if there's something to it. Just put the giant shape on there for that. I'm just imagining what this like crazy mullet hair thing looks like from the side or from the front of me. And like coming out from underneath the hair somehow. Okay. Let's do that. And maybe something. It's a little sad. Something like that. Anywho. So I got quiet on that one. Womp womp. Whoa. Just try to get a little looser with things. Do that. There we go. For a giant head again. Going through a thing tonight, drawing ginormous heads. That's all good. Ah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I like that. Might be kind of cool. Uh, Something like that. That looks like a little crazy there, but whatever. Very pointy nose, and that's all right. Probably don't need that line there. Put that back. Yeah, that's cool. Again, I'm not really drawing much off of anything. Trying to make up some stuff as I go along. Have some fun. That It's too high for the ear. So one thing I like to try to do for guys is put the jawline a little straighter and square from the ear. Give the ear and do it straighter, and then the girls try to do it more angled like that. And here, yeah. Side of those things there. At any rate, all right. Enough of the warm up stuff. Enough of the warm up mess. I don't even know. Oh, that's all on one layer. Awesome. Take this. Here. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Ah, what the heck? Well, I'm not crazy. All right. X, let's put this on its own. There. I'm going to call that more. Oh. Here. Hide it. Yeah. I don't know what's up with this, but I'm going to get this up to here. And I'm going to. What do I want to do with this? Should I merge them? Let's merge them. Boop. And then let's do one thing at a time here. problem I have in life in general. The heck? Why can't I select anything? That's weird. Where's my alright, B. I can draw. L. There we go. Let's get this dude onto his own layer as well. Control X. D, Control B. I'll call this one Jen Woo. And we'll call any other drawings in there. We'll call this one Chat. There we go. Well, let's hide him for a while and let's just work on this because I had an idea about this. So I was trying to mess with just poses or something the other day. I don't know what I was doing, to be honest. And I was like, man, trying to bend forward. I might make the screen a little bigger now. Just for a little while. Cover that up. And let's see. I'm just trying to solve some stuff. So with that, if I have a problem with the pose or something, I try to put it in a profile and then solve the problem I'm having from there. So it was something like that. And then I think I was having it. If that was the case, it would have to be. That was probably part of the problem is I have to figure out which way to twist the bottom half compared to the top half. So let's do that right now. So this top half, if it's back, it needs to twist this way. So let's do that. Do that. And let's get that out a little further. No, feels better, I think. And again, just kind of, and if this is twisting this way, this one needs to go that way. So instead of that arm going that way, this arm needs to come down and this one needs to go back. So shoulder blade halfway down the back, and then maybe something like that, and something like, gotta make clear decisions here. Where the arm would be. And then that would be something like that. And then this lower should be looking kind of maybe that way. If she was stopped, kind of picturing her having stopped. Perhaps, I don't know. Something like that, but trying to get, like, so I was trying to figure out what was wrong with this drawing because of course it looks all funky, but that makes more sense now. If I want to draw her coming out, I have to draw, maybe draw that heads there, so chin is not too far above that. And looking that way. And then having that twist around. This is going this way. And then here it's doing that. And then it should be coming back further. I don't know if that's right either. It's tough because I don't have a good pose in mind. Let's try doing it from up here first. And let's try to find that. It's up. This is probably going to be up, so do something like that. Still not quite what I was looking for, but a little bit better. Putting the feet in there will help too. Put that in there pretty clear. And then yeah, shoot. That's not right either. Struggling with this one. Struggling tonight in general. Haven't drawn in a while. Seriously. There we go. Get that line going a little better. Now, the steeper I have that angle, the better that may feel. I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. Like how far around is that? God, that feels crazy. A horrible situation. Just that lower half. It's not like I've got her bending far enough forward. Might be part of the problem too. So I need to, right now, I could probably do, it feels like from what the upper half is doing, the bottom half would be doing something like starting to go backwards a little bit or something. Instead of doing more of the lean forward thing. So I don't know. That's a good question. Anywho, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Gave her some short little arms too. Let's do that. That's simple enough. Easy fix. I need to try to figure out how to get it more down. So maybe go more boxy at first to figure this out. Yeah, it might work out. Something like that. Feels cool so far. I think to make it feel better, something like that. Feel pretty good. Make sure her hips are wide enough there. And then, let's see. Draw that whole bone shape there. It's kind of tough. So I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe this needs to come. What do I need to do with the legs here? There we go. Come this way a little bit. going to be like that too, but just put it further back. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Doesn't feel good either. So weird. Like, how would that work? I was drawing this. I just want to draw this to go. This feels more like she's running forward. And then this leg would be going back into space instead of coming forward like the other one. This will be coming forward here. And that doesn't feel horrible that way. But if I want to actually do this, I don't know. Let's just try this. Learn something new about this program. This is Clip Studio. If I do that, get my straight line. So that, draw that. This comes out. And root. There we go. Let's see, this is gonna come down and this way. Oh, needs to go there and then there. And then and let's see this rib cage. I'm still right there. And then it comes here. Might be this just doesn't pose doesn't make any sense. Draw her legs long enough, really. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, does it? Like I feel like I just didn't draw the legs doing what they really would. They probably need to be more back in space. This is what reference is good for. I don't have any for this, just doing it out of my head, but I'm going to try to solve it. That's a different drawing now altogether. Ain't it? And she's not twisting that far. It's more like that. It'll be yeah. This is coming more straight at us. This way. Maybe? I don't know. In the world. Have to be longer? Struggle bus, man. Oof. This is good for you, though, I guess. Let's see. How do you solve for that angle? Maybe. shoulder be further back. Ay de mio mio. This is awful. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere, I think. Soft for that. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe that feels a little bit better. Sitting here trying to solve for something weird all night. But this is good because it shows me where I'm lacking, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I'm spending too much time on it. At any rate, God. Heater. Here. So let's see what we got here. Some kind of something. One thing I definitely wanted to mess with was, let's get all these out of the way real quick. Actually, I guess I should just move these over. I do want to go back and mess with these heads. Just trying to figure out a good way to solve for how to turn her head down. And I figured what I could do is take this drawing here and then Control copy, Control V, and then move it over here. I do want to move those other drawings. Crap. Control L, and then let's see this here. Yeah. Try to keep my failures. Come on, move. Why aren't you moving? Oh. Yeah, they fit down there, don't they? Way down there. Stupid drawing. All right, let's see. Control D. What was I doing over here before? Yeah, so I had this idea of taking this thing, doing that. Actually, I could probably do that. And since that's on another layer, I can just do this. Let's do that. I don't know. Trying to think of a good way to start turning her head. Enter Control D. Now let's do this. Let's get rid of all of this. And that. And then go. I don't know what it's grabbing back there, but delete. Control D. E. And then let's see. So I was trying to think if I want to draw her head looking down, I could just do that and then Control the B and then go back to here. I have the back of her head there. Her forehead's going to be there, looking down. And then her jawline's going to be about here. Her chin's going to be about there. So I need to lower this to here. There. About there. Anyway. Let's see. And then let's see how I'm going to do this. Let's look the way. What's her head shape look like from the front? And that, and then I guess it's got to be a little wider. Her jawline here. There. So maybe like that, and like that, like that. And then her eyebrows are about here. Nose is, tip of her nose is there. And her mouth tip is there. And then on top of her eye, gonna be here. Bottom of her eye. So let's see. Let's see if this method works. I have no idea. That's gonna completely turn down yet. Looks like it would be just straight. And then not straight, but very subtle. And then her eyes aren't big enough. That's part of the problem. So let's see. How do I do this? The tip of her nose is right there. Her mouth. What the heck did I do here? Um, let's see her head. Something like that. And then I think I don't know how much her eyes would be downturned yet. think I can just get away with that. Shit. I think another problem too is I need to angle her eyes a little bit more. Could be helpful. Have it. Something like that maybe should work. Here does it have to be here? And her hair would be maybe let me down a little bit more. I don't know. Something like that. I like how on this side. Maybe a little bit more curved. That doesn't look too bad. I think too that fill in her eyes, that looks better, doesn't it? So just trying to think if I want to turn her so she's looking more down on her. Yeah. So yeah, there. Something like that. Anyway, arms a little bit more. And here's something along those lines. I don't know. I don't need all that right now, though. Ew. Get rid of all that. I'm just kind of testing that out, see if that was something that was doable. Me internet. I don't know. I don't know. So now I wonder if I can turn it further down. Control T. Let's do that. Let's see if do something like that. Control D L. Oops. Escape E L. I don't know why I keep hitting something funky. B. Control D B. And let's see. This is the hard part about too. I get nervous about jumping back into is keeping shapes the right size. I don't know how people do it. However, I do feel like I can figure it out. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to figure out how do I keep things the similar size. What's showing more here? Is it the eyebrow? Probably. Their eyebrows there. This kind of works. Not really. You just kind of gotta go with it, I guess. Heads like that, and then and that's the other thing I gotta remember about that is the eye's gonna be more ovalish. Nose is like really close there. So I've got this theme going on with the nose. I can continue that probably. And then cheeks are gonna come out here. And then that's crazy. And then yeah, mouth's like right here. And then so I'm gonna have to keep that. I think what's gonna happen is that's gonna keep getting more and more like that. And we're just gonna have this on the top, I think. And then this comes over that way. And then ears. And then here. Something like that. Figure that out. That's crazy. It was tough stuff, but I don't know. I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Look at some like skull drawings or something for this because that's tough. I'm not doing a good job here. That's all right. How do you draw the lips like that? I wonder if I can do that. If the actual eyes is on these. And first, it'll be that way. I think the big thing here is maybe I just don't need to draw. There we go. Getting closer every time. Ah. It's getting a little bit closer. That's a tough ass thing to draw. There we go. Also getting that head slide of the head in there is gonna help. Alright, so at any rate, I need to get better at drawing that for sure. Alright, so these are the things I need to work on. Getting things to go back and shape in space this way. So that's good. That's something I need to work on. That's crazy. That's the case. And then half of that is and then what happens there? What does that? Man, shoot. What happens? This thing keeps going down here. Good Lord. And then wherever that would end. Gosh, there's her whole body be like that tall. It's insane. All right. No. Mm, thing is kind of that way. And I need to start getting crazy with drawing this kind of stuff, maybe. Something I never focused enough on. Anyway, something like that. Crazy out of hand, isn't it? Too many lines everywhere. Ah. How would that work? I think I got the rib cage part right. Got that part right. Maybe that will come out a little more. I don't know. I guess we come out there, go there, there, go there. Just do that simple shape for now. And then that's right there. Something like that. Let's see. How much we're gonna draw stuff like that, but something like that. There. And then up here there. Something like that. Basically, I need to focus more on doing some extreme perspective stuff. Yeah, something like that. Go back to this thing. I just want to draw. Something that feels better this way. I don't know. I'm drawing a bunch of weird stuff tonight. Anyway. Yeah. Whew. I'm getting tired. But I started drawing again. So I'll get back to this. I'm going to look up a few things on drawing some tough perspectives and start studying that quite a bit. So that's what I need to tackle in the meantime. But for now, my eyes are getting heavy. So I'm going to call it a night. Adios. See you next time.